If, welcome to Qasab Al Azaf. Today we'll be discussing the final African Cup that will be playing tomorrow. So, as we have seen, I guess the semi-final on Wednesday. So we're going to have a final between Morocco and Senegal. It's technically they're the two best team in Africa from the FIFA ranking. I guess the logical follow the FIFA ranking is somehow is correct.
Yep.
Welcome, Jama'a. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are.
Yeah, before we go too deep, I just want to say Mabrok Mouloudia fans, Super Cup of Algeria.
Now,
The most pointless tournament ever.
Oh, come on. It's a big event in Algeria now. And you smell like that.
I show Speed was at the game for 2 minutes.
مبروك عليكم المولودية.
Thank you.
العقوبة على الصيف إن شاء الله.
Keep dreaming.
There will be another show. There will be another multiple series of shows for that.
خليه عن الجاي إن شاء الله.
Yeah.
مع l'entente.
Okay. So after all, here Morocco Senegal final tomorrow. I think 2 p.m. New York time.
2 p.m. Yes.
2 p.m.
Eastern time.
So regardless what, you see a lot of critics, but Morocco made it under big pressure, all by penalties. Senegal, I guess, surprised Egypt with one shot, one goal, and it was over. Yeah, I don't know. Senegalese, I guess, only Moroccan people are very excited. Been waiting for this title for almost 50 years.
1976.
Really? Huh?
1976. Yes,
Yeah.
Mohammed, you're right.
Wow. I mean, that's like a long time for
Long time coming. But last time they were in the final was what? 90. They were in the final
1984.
That's the last time they were in the final?
In Tunisia. Tunis.
I think maybe in 2004.
2004, Tunisia.
Yeah, 2004.
Tunisia.
We lost to them in the semi-final.
معلومات.
They played the final against Tunis. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Long time coming for them.
Yeah. So, what? Anybody? I mean, you're free to jump in. I don't know what's your opinion, but every analyst I've been watching, everybody saying it's Morocco title to lose. So let's see what's.
Honestly, it's 50-50. Both teams have a chance to get.
Yeah, but their home team, 100,000 people screaming. So. But
Yes, it's part of it, but the referee level in this CAN, I think, is the worst one we did have the last 20 years.
I don't think so. I disagree.
Worse? I don't know about
I
worse.
disagree.
Worse than what?
L'arbitrage really low level.
Yeah. But historically, I think I don't think ever a host team that made it to the final lost the final. I don't know the statistics, but
Yeah, South Africa, Cameroon. You're right. Yeah.
But 2013 AFCON in South Africa. South Africa won? I thought it was Zambia or Ivory Coast, something like that.
Yeah, well, we can look at the statistics, but I don't remember ever losing a final.
It was, I think, Zambia with Hervé Renard.
Yeah, South Africa did not do good when they hosted it. Same thing with Gabon. I mean, Gabon hosted it. They didn't go far.
Yeah. I'm talking about going far. Egypt did not go far in 2019.
Yeah.
The host, they make it to the final.
Yeah, you're right.
Usually.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. That's ultimately what it is. Morocco's under a lot of pressure. But yeah, I think
all their youth teams won the titles.
They managed to play in the same stadium the whole tournament, though. So I think they have an advantage there. They're used to playing in that stadium now.
They played the elimination, the whole elimination in their own country. No, none of the games outside. So
Right.
There is no problem with that. Look, I think after this tournament, there will be a serious discussion about the referee in Africa.
Believe me, they have this serious discussion each time after a tournament.
No,
Yeah.
this time is the worst.
No, I don't think it's.
No,
I disagree.
No,
I
no,
disagree.
Atman. Well, we can't say it's the worst. I think I've seen in my opinion, the same level of refereeing in Africa.
yeah.
It's pretty sloppy. The African referees are not at the level of the worldwide expectation. Now we don't have good referees, so let's put it that way. And it's not just about this one or the last one. It's all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this one, everybody complain. Even Moroccan team are complaining that the referee was not fair to them. So
No. So, but we need to recognize that the referees are lack of training. They are not at the level physically. They are not running enough. They're not closer from the. This is the. I would say probably the most problematic to get the AFCON more visibility in the world.
here is Abu Bakr.
Yes, Boubacar joined us. Salam alaikum,
Oh,
Boubacar.
Hello, guys.
How are
We're-
you?
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome.
For those who don't know, Abu Bakr is coming here to cheer for Senegal.
He's our special.
course, of
He's our
course.
in-house Senegal specialist.
Of course.
So,
So-
how are you feeling about the final? Or how do you feel about the semifinal and going into the final for Senegal?
Yeah, I would say I was surprised by, how they handled the semifinals. They handled pretty well, and I was expecting, Egypt to have the ball and Senegal to kind of play on the back, but I saw the opposite. Senegal pinning Egypt back. Egypt not. I mean, I think they had their first shot on target like on the 90, like on the 80 or 90 something.
97 minutes, yes.
97 minutes. So, I mean, I was surprised because I was, telling you guys the other day that I was worried about the slow pace, the full rhythm that they play with, and I couldn't see any intensity and so on and so on. But they came up pretty well, and yeah, it was they kind of matched they matched the Egyptian team. But now let's see tomorrow because Mark also is playing with a very high intensity, and I don't know. That one is gonna be rough.
Honestly, Senegal did adapt to the level of the
Yeah.
adversary. Each
Yeah.
time the team was upper level, they raised their level and
Exactly.
played their football.
Exactly. That's that's what I was worried about because the first,
Probably
the
teams.
previous games was very slow, very sloppy for rhythm, and then Egypt they just kind of maybe there is something going on with Egypt also. Egypt has been losing against Senegal for some time now. Maybe mentally they decide to play back, but I don't know that would be the case with Morocco. We're gonna come in roaring, coming out the gate, and with the public behind. You heard what happened, right? They're not selling us any ticket. They got like a 70,000 people stadium. They're just giving Senegal 2,000 tickets. So
Yeah.
nobody in the stadium will be for Senegal. So whole public will be for Morocco. So I'm expecting those guys to push Morocco and with the referee helping, I guess, it's going to be rough.
Do we know who's the ref yet, or still?
I think it was a gentleman from Mauritania. Oh no, they didn't mention yet. I think they're gonna announce it sometime today.
Wow, that's a very, very scary.
So we
Yeah.
don't know the referee 24 hours before the game.
So
Yeah.
can you imagine? We don't even know as we speak who is the referee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hey,
and until this morning,
just up to date, maybe.
until this morning, Senegal could not train because technically the security around the Senegalese team yesterday was just
Was lousy.
irresponsible because people could have been injured or some stupid
There was
thing
no
could have happened.
security at all.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then today they want to train, and they was told, "Oh, you just go train on the same stadium that the Moroccan team is training, just
Yeah.
before the Moroccan team, so they can spy you." So, it's kind of, and then we want to have people come. No, we don't have any more ticket. Just 2,000 for you.
Yeah,
If
the
you need
antics have
more,
started.
if you need,
Yeah.
if you need more, you need to go to the black market and find on your own. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess the Senegal mindset should be, let's forget about that. We know we're not playing home. Forget about looking
Yeah.
for fairness. Forget about looking for, support from the public. You just coming in and play hard and prove people wrong. If you come in and play the victim, 100% you're going to lose
Yeah.
because the referee won't be for you, the public won't be for you, the environment won't be for you. Then there's no way you're going to have it right. But if you're coming in saying, I don't care, I'm going to just play hard, and if the referee gonna do something, it's gonna be so obvious that people are gonna be seeing it, but it won't be like a small minor items. But I don't know what the mindset is right now within the team, but I know they like playing winning adversity, so it's maybe fun.
Yeah.
Example, most Senegalese players, they're all like at least playing in top team in Europe, so they
Correct,
used to the
correct.
fear of 50, 60,000 fans cheering.
Yeah, they are, and I think also the adversity is gonna help. I think them knowing from now on, with what's going on since yesterday, they know now it's a game, but it's not the game anymore. So if you want to win, you need to fight against everything.
This is Senegal's third final in four
This is the
competitions.
third one.
In four
They lost
competitions.
one, I think against Algeria, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
2019.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then 1-1, and then this is the third one.
Yeah. So three finals in four competitions is a big deal.
Yeah, they
And
have
most of
they,
the
they they have
players,
some old folks who still there who went through those finals and who
right.
know how it look like, how it smell. So I'm expecting.
Yeah,
Koulibaly
stability.
out. So you have a better one in the middle.
Huh?
I said, thank God Koulibaly is out.
Yeah. So I
He's not
was very
that bad.
surprised. I mean, I
He is
was
bad.
scared. I was scared when he went out, but then the young kid that just took his spot did pretty well. So, but the intensity that Mark was able to put on Nigeria was, I was surprised because when we spoke the other time, I was the one saying I was expecting Nigeria to kind of dominate physically in the middle and then push, pin Mark back, but that did not happen. So Mark
That's
density in the middle was
like
pretty
that
pretty
coach said
intense.
before the game. He said, again, I'm just sit in the back and wait for more.
Honestly, I
Yeah,
think
but that's if Senegal do that, they're gonna lose 100%. So
Yeah.
and
So how do you think, Boubacar? Look at that. I mean, Morocco outplayed Cameroon and Nigeria. They put them really under control, and they have a very strong pressing. They press on the players, not with 1-on-1, but on 3-to-1 ratio.
correct.
So very, very physical. It's a fight, big fight. They subdued the Nigerian teams that played so well against Algeria. But we don't see Nigeria even breathing at all.
Yeah.
I mean, the last in the semifinal, right?
Yeah.
And same thing with Cameroon.
Yeah.
Now, how do you think Senegal, the national team here, is going to apprehend that game?
Yeah, my hope is they learn from what you just said. Cameroon sitting back, get killed. Nigeria sitting back, get killed. I hope they learn that you can't just sit back and hope, you're going to go on a counter. You need to go in the middle and put the kids on the middle and have them fight.
Yeah.
And I think they have very, physical and technical people in the middle.
Yeah.
I was surprised by Ghana Gay, who is like 30, almost 39, who's running like a 20-year-old. But they have other kids who's very physical. I think they're going to put a lot of density on the middle. If they do so, I think they have a shot, because as we all know, up front we still can have like a real nine. You know, Jackson is just sloppy.
He's really sloppy. Abubakar.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I don't even understand
Yeah.
why they didn't give a chance to someone else.
Yeah.
Because he is very sloppy.
He tried like 3 number 9, but each of them he just gave him one game, and Jackson is the only one that have 3 to 4 3 games, but the guy
Right.
he's so sloppy. So for them to have any chance to, you know, dominate the game or win, they need to score from the midfield. Because if you look at Senegal's goal so far, I mean, on the quarterfinal and the semifinals, were all scored by midfielders. The number 9 is almost just inexistent. My hope is they're going to just play with a false 9, like a Sadio Mane or someone else, and then instead of having Jackson, they just densify the middle, put another extra body in the middle, and then push from there. So then,
sacrificing Jackson,
Yeah.
like for example the goal that Sadio Mane scored against Egypt on the semi.
They have another guy.
Yeah, but
They have another guy they call
Abubakar,
Boulaye Dia, who play I think in Italia. He's pretty good in the middle, and then he's a kind of false 9 type of game guy. I think he's a more fighter than Jackson. I would put him, and then, you know, instead of putting Jackson, he gonna, you know, kind of, you know, go back to the middle and help, and also he's not that bad in scoring goals. So I'm hoping they're gonna be learning from what happened so far and knowing that this is a final. There's no next game. You just give everything. Like I said earlier, everything would be against you. Forget about fairness here. Forget about, you know, equality. Just fight and don't play the victim. Stop, you know, whining and just go in full speed. Just have the mindset of if you need to lose, if the referee need to do something, would be so outrageous that the whole world would see it, and people are gonna look ridiculous doing it. Not just because you didn't play well and then you give up a stupid penalty or something like that. Then you cannot whine after that. So my hope is they're gonna come fighting.
Yeah, I agree with I think the key of that game, again, with really 2 big teams, the giants, in my opinion, right now in Africa, is dominating the midfielder. So if you do what Nigeria did, like leave them the midfield, which is very strange, it will be
Ndidi?
Exactly.
Oh, is Ndidi back? Now he's gonna play?
Ndidi was out. Yeah, he was out. He was injured or like have a yellow.
No, and Ndidi was like
having
a yellow card against Nigeria, and he was off on the semifinal. So that's why. But they were absolutely eaten alive by the midfielders in Morocco.
Yeah,
they were not on the game at all.
Iwobi was a shadow of himself. I mean, against Algeria, it was like a Ballon d'Or performance. He played like prime Pogba.
Yeah,
against Morocco, it was
even Luqman was not
Mohamed. They were the shadow for a reason. Tactically, they outnumbered
Morocco outclassed them 100%.
Completely outclassed them. This is why Iwobi didn't shine. And on the left-hand side, the other one, I forgot his name. You know,
Lukman?
Lukman, yes.
Lukman, Adams.
Even Osimhen was completely
Osimhen was like
Osimhen,
almost the whole game.
Osimhen, if you control him, it's over, because who was giving them the ball was Lukman, Iwobi, Adams.
Exactly,
So, but Morocco will do the same tomorrow. With Senegal. I'm absolutely sure they will play the same intent.
Yes.
But one thing that surprised me, I think we lost Fuad.
Intensity and the 2 players in the midfield. Sorry?
I think you cut off for a second there. You go ahead.
I was saying, like, Brahim Diaz and Al-Ainaoui in the midfield of Morocco, they are pressing so hard on the players, and they come with 2 to 3 players on one. They pick the ball and leave and keep the ball. It's a possession.
Well, this time both teams, they had the same time of rest. So semi-final, that was kind of a little bit unfair because one team had 1 day extra.
Yeah, that's
the difference. But I think for the final, both teams had the same time of rest, and see who has more guys left in the tank for the final.
Yeah. Well, one thing that surprised me was I was told Nigeria's defense was not that good. But
Yeah,
even though they got tactically outclassed against Morocco, Morocco's offense was completely nullified that whole game. So if Senegal is able to produce that same level of defense, I don't
I
know
don't
what
think
Senegal's
so.
tactics are, but if they want to go to penalties or what. But I don't think that I think Morocco will still struggle to score goals.
You
My fear is
up Brahim Diaz.
my fear is Senegal. I mean, like you mentioned, Nigeria defense was there was outstanding. Calvin Bassey was like for me was the MVP of the match.
Yes.
The number of interception that he made, the number of tackles that he made, and he was outstanding. And Senegal don't have Calvin Bassey. So for them to win that game, there's no way they can catch, they can contain the Moroccan like the Nigerians did. So for
Yeah,
them to
Brahim
win
Diaz.
that game is the midfield. You need to avoid getting the ball, to your side the maximum possible. You have to densify the midfield. We know the back line is not outstanding. The front line is not outstanding. The biggest players are in the middle. So that's what I was saying earlier. I'm not the coach. Obviously, he knows better than me. But I would get Jackson out of the team and densify the middle, and then go heavy. Like you mentioned the other day, if the referee don't give us like 5 yellows on the first 10 minutes, then we have a game. But if you go heavy in the middle, we get a couple of yellows that kill the game, kill the intensity, and then we're gonna sit back and obviously it's going to be very hard.
So maybe Abubakar, maybe a formation of 4-5-1.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. 4-5-1.
I see. Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping because they have we have pretty great wingers that can handle the ball pretty well. That can also know how to score goals. So those guys can push the ball forward. But the middle, this is what I'm worried about. I'm worried them being sacked by the Moroccan and then going getting killed on the counters because Morocco have really strong line forward.
Boubacar, do you think Senegal has somebody in defense who can stop Brahim Diaz speed?
Speed wide, the kids that took Khalidou's place, I was very surprised. He's lighter, he's younger, and he was having a pretty good, I would say that's obviously easy to get into a game where your team dominate. But I was surprised. I think I don't know if you're gonna put him back because we have another one stronger, but he's sick, but he's bigger than Koulibaly, so he's he on speed wide he won't make it. So I'm hoping, he's going to put the same team that went to the semifinal minus Jackson. Get him out, get someone in the middle, and then let's push.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree, Boubacar. I was Koulibaly. In fact, he was his experience, and he won already the World Cup. But his replacement Sarr was really, really, really good. Very well, sharp, very. On the players, he did a perfect game actually.
Yeah,
it
good
was really
reading. He was under the French 21, I think 17, under 18, and then 21, and then he switched to Senegal.
Oh, okay.
So he have some good read of the game. He have some good positioning.
Right.
Because most of the time, it's not how quick you are. It's just are you able
Clever.
to be at the good position on the mid on the field, and then read the game pretty well and all that stuff.
Positioning yourself
Most of the time.
is half of the job.
Correct. No,
Yeah,
I saw him making a couple of cuts and a couple of reads that give me some hope. But again, he's like 21, I guess. He's still young.
And do you think not Koulibaly, sorry, Lamine Diaye on the winger? I think. Do you think is he going to be on the 11?
Oh, Jai?
First?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I was hoping having Jai on one side and having Bai, which is a 17-year-old kid that on the other side, who's pretty quick, pretty technical, and then who can put a lot of damage on the counters. Because, like I said, they even when you don't have a 9, if you have some pretty good wingers, Jai and Bai on both sides, that can pretty good technically and pretty quick. There's a chance to go on a counter and do something once you recover the ball in the middle. But if you go Jackson on the front, Jackson the ratio is like 20-1 or 10-1. I don't know. You have to give him 10 clean one before him to put one. On final, you will never have that. Final will be like
Yeah.
1-0 or 2-0. I mean, or 1-1 penalty. You're not gonna have like 10
Yeah,
clean
yeah.
What
occasions.
about Issa Gay? You think he'll start
Yeah,
in
I
that too?
mean, I'm the one who has been allowed to get that guy out of the team. He's old and thing, but he ended up being one of the best player so
Against
far
Egypt, right? Yeah.
on the field. He's, physically he's outstanding, and also his reading of the game has been outstanding. The number of tackles that he's making at his age, and
And remember, you're just a number, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is like he played all the games.
Yeah.
I was hoping, I was like, hey, get these guys some rest. They are old. They're gonna make it to the end. But the last game, he was one of the best guys on the,
He is a machine.
pitch.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. So I'm just
He
thinking,
is. Wallah, he's a
maybe he need to
great.
go to some drug test after the game or something. But he
Yeah,
was,
he's a machine. And there's one thing, Boubacar, I think the Moroccan team makes me thinking that. So we know that their coach, Walid Regragui, is a fan of Deschamps,
correct.
and I really think the tactics that he was playing against
Nigeria.
no, against Cameroon,
Mhm.
and then on the semifinal against Nigeria, you feel that he's watching the French national team as Deschamps or the 1998 when they won the World Cup. That not really scoring, but tactically present.
Yeah, but you remember how he played during the World Cup? The World Cup, Morocco was just sitting back and being pretty solid in the middle and the back and going on the counter.
Right.
And then he just switched his game completely now when they move from like a waiting team to now like a possession team where they just go heavy. To your point, I think once the day they're gonna meet, that's why I'm hoping they meet a team that press them in the middle to see how are they gonna fall back to the hey, we're gonna sit back strong and then go on the counter, or they're gonna just keep pressing because until now they don't have a team that really fight in the middle that goes to them and saying, hey, we're gonna go toe to toe and we're gonna play the same
Correct.
game and we're gonna dominate you. And I'm pretty sure because I was, if you remember the game Morocco against Portugal on the quarterfinal in the World Cup, I think it was like 80% possession for Portugal, and then
Right.
Morocco ended up winning anyway.
And remember Spain, of course.
Correct.
Yeah.
Spain, exactly. Maybe
The
on the
Spain was
80s
not
too.
even 75. They were like 85, 90 maybe.
Exactly. So exactly, and they end up winning the game because that was the thing is like we're gonna be solid on the back, we're gonna be solid in the middle, and then we're gonna take our single chance, and then we're gonna go home. And then now he's switching because the team that he's been playing, they're either way weak or fearing to go, and they're just sitting back. I was hoping Nigeria to go say no, we're gonna go in with you, and Nigeria never did it.
They never did it.
Cameroon, and Cameroon, I don't think Cameroon had the potential to do it. Maybe because a young team, they just they had a coach like 1 month before the tournament. But I'm hoping Senegal to just say, you know what, we won one, we are in final, we already made our objective, we already made our goals. At this point, it's just a bonus. We don't care. I don't care about referees and anything else. We're gonna just go toe to toe. We're gonna play at least 45 minutes or
It's
30 minutes in the
120
middle,
minutes.
and then see what that would lead us instead of sitting back and hoping, to counter. And then I'm hoping to see Mark start panicking a little bit because until now they've been running high intensity. If they get pinned a couple of times, maybe you're going to see some panic, them trying to reorganize and say, oh, we need to go to a different formation that we did not play until now. And that may create some instability and, where a good team can kind of enjoy and maybe like Senegal can score.
Yeah.
It's a
I'm
mental
waiting.
fight.
Yeah.
If Senegal,
They need to be destabilized. They've not been destabilized until now. People are just playing onto their own, tactic, and they're pinning everybody.
if Senegal
They're
can
pinning
repeat
everybody
what
out.
the first half against Egypt in the semifinal and to keep the pressure, I think that's the objective. They can't
Yeah,
sit back like you mentioned.
yeah,
They have to come out full steam ahead.
yeah.
And like Sadio Mane's goal against Egypt, it was it was a ricochet and he shot it and it went in, right? That's all he
Yeah,
needed.
yeah.
So that
But
that
but but
proves
but
that they
yeah,
know what.
exactly. But if you look before the game, I was like I said, they were having a lot of, they were pushing pretty hard. They were pretty,
Yeah,
dominating the ball and pinning Egypt. And Egypt end up really playing the last 5 minutes. And then you see Senegal also running back and being on defensive mode. And then I was like, why? Why Egypt is just playing like that in the last 5 minutes? Actually, they know how to attack. It's just a mindset. They
No,
decide on their own to
you
not
know,
do that.
Boubacar, you know, we know who is the giants in Africa. Masr or Egypt is a giant of Africa. They're, you know, all of their wins, except the 2006, 8, and 10, where they were dominating Africa, the African football from their club, from Ahli, their club. They were having pretty much their national team coming from Ahli Zamalek.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true. That's
So,
true.
and they were so oily mechanic. There's nothing you can do against Abu Trika and Hosam Hassan and the other. They were really at the. Now, Masr or Egypt was against. They were like, in my opinion, thinking about controlling the game, the pace, and going to the penalties kick. so that was a bit of their intention. Because you see, they didn't try, they didn't test, they didn't check, they didn't, but they were controlling. And this is how, you know, because they don't have the same squad that they were having in 2006, 8, and 10, where the players are really oily mechanic anymore.
At that time, they don't have a star on the team. They have a team. Today, Egypt is relying on stars.
Yeah. No, I agree.
That's why the
Not
real
homogeneous
problem.
team. Yeah, I agree.
Well, they have only 2 stars. They have Salah and Marmoush. That's
Yeah,
Marmoush,
but
yes.
when you start relying on stars and not on the team, this is where you start killing your team and killing your level.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, we all go through it.
I do
Algeria with
agree.
Mahrez, we're at that stage where we need to move past the star of the team who's not contributing anything.
You definitely need.
Mohammed, do we have any live chat comments that or questions from the people?
Let me check.
Yes.
We have one question from Jeremy. He said, "Don't you feel the refs will decide the final, especially with how much help Morocco's had since the beginning?" Personally, I don't. I disagree with Uthman. I don't think that the refereeing this tournament was that bad. I think for the AFCON, it was pretty okay. I'm just confused at the lack of VAR since the inception
Well,
of the tournament.
the VAR is part of the referee.
But
Yes.
there's been no use of VAR whatsoever. So,
Yeah, but if
honestly,
your referee doesn't call the VAR,
I know. But honestly, the game against Nigeria, we have to be 100% objective here. The referee was pretty fair. Nigeria and Morocco was a pretty fair game, referee wise.
No, but when I was talking about, I'm not talking about one game. I'm talking in general about the competition. The referee level was not good.
No, not good. No, but Atman, like I said earlier, I think you're right.
It's not one game. It's the whole competition.
No, the whole competition to me, the referees are bad. So to answer back to Jeremy,
Let's say below average. Below average.
Oh, below average. No, it is below average. You know, we are fans of soccer. We watch on the weekend. Think about like the Premier League.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, and look at the standard. Look at how things are. Look at the count. How they are trained to any situations. They don't panic. They go there. They think about it. They discuss with their electronic devices, with the VAR. So there is, you know, they are. It's again a noisy mechanic, again per se, of high-level referees. And unfortunately, in Africa, and this is what I said at the introduction of our show today, we're not there. And it's not just about 2026. It's 2024, 2022, 19, and earlier.
In Africa, the referee calls the VAR if he wants.
If
he want to call them, they call them. Otherwise, he never call.
Asman, I don't want to tell about the referees who was our referee or referees of the others, but
all of them.
No, all of them. But you know, Asman, those guys in Africa, they don't have the VAR in their championship.
Correct.
So that's why when they have it, they don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's the CAF job to take the referees on trainings during the year, like two sessions a year. They go for.
It's really
training.
the habit of 10 years of career in one tournament.
No,
But
no,
I
no,
think
no, but
that for the
hold on a
final,
minute.
the referee, they're gonna choose hopefully the best ref. And since this game is gonna be watched by the whole, gonna be a lot of eyes on the game, so the referee should be decent. I don't think they're gonna be like
Yeah, the challenge is, I think there's to your point earlier, I think there's a misunderstanding what the VAR is supposed to be doing and who's really driving. Is it the guys on the pitch or the referee? Because to me, is it like you mentioned, if you look at the Premier League or the Champions League, there's a collaboration. Obviously, the guys on the pitch, he's a man, but the VAR sometimes call him saying, "Hey, you should look this."
Correct.
Hey,
It's a 50-50.
because they sitting there, they having a different angle. They're gonna say, "Hey, stop the game. Wait a minute. We saw something. We're looking, and we're gonna get back to you." Or, "Hey, from our assessment, this is bad. You need to go to the screen." So they helping the guy who's on the pitch, who's trying his best to kind of see everything, who's not seeing everything, or who have like to make a judgment in a couple of milliseconds. They have a little bit more time. They can review the scene and in slow motion and then call him. But maybe on this competition, even though the people who are sitting on the VAR, they feel like the guys on the pitch is a man. If he decides something, we just let it go. We're not going to challenge him. We're not going to call him back and say, "Hey, maybe you should look back." Because there are a few cases during this competition where we also say, "Whoa, there's a penalty," or "Hey, there's a tackle." But then say, why the guy is not even going to the VAR, at least to have a second look.
This can even Morocco is complaining about the referee.
Yeah, because
Every single
maybe
team is complaining.
yeah, because maybe the VAR saying, "Oh, since the referee is not asking me to look, I'm not going to look." But they don't know they have a power to say, "Hey, wait a minute, you should go look this."
To
And
flag
But
something
have a
down.
second opinion.
do you know what I was trying to say earlier? And I agree with you. The full ecosystem of referee in Africa is not ready
Yes.
because
Yes.
think about our respective championships in Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, Cameroon, Senegal, all
All of
the
them.
local championships. They don't have the VAR. They don't have
We do.
the
We have
production of the VAR.
VAR.
And if they have it, they are not professional at it.
Yeah, they don't have it.
Right.
Maybe a few countries you're gonna count them. Maybe it's going to be like Egypt, Morocco, Algeria, maybe South Africa. A few countries have VAR. Like Senegal, I don't never heard about them having VAR.
I'm not even sure in Algeria, guys. Do we have it in Algeria?
yeah, we do.
We do.
Yeah, but they use it the way they want.
Now, if you're putting like the Senegalese referee on the VAR for the day, and he's the one who's supposed to make call for you, that guy is just having a drink and maybe sitting there and watching the game like you, like
Well,
me.
exactly.
He's not making any call.
You're right.
Unless-
You got my point. This is
Yeah.
exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
If the people are not, like Athman said earlier, trained, organized, and not just 2 training a year. No, because the guy needs to be trained all the time. It's pretty much like on a monthly basis. He needs to be trained, heavily trained, and get the, because otherwise, that conversation, guys, I'm telling you, we will have it in the next.
I 100% agree, but
Sure.
if
The
you
Afghan
see-
level went high because the players start playing in Europe, and now you have a majority of the players coming from Europe in the Afghan.
Okay.
All of them play the high level, but
the
the
best way
referee.
to train is to implement it. So they need to come. We're not talking about obviously getting all the gadget and all the stuff that Europe have, but we're talking at least having a video, having something on regular competitions, local competitions or international competitions, making this mandatory for the countries to have it set up at least on their main stadium. So at least the referees are practicing on the real time on it. So when they have to use it on every 2 years, learning, just going to like 2 week intensive training. We all know we work, technical job maybe. We all know when you go to training, intensive training, you're gonna get maybe 5% of the training, and then you're gonna go back to your workplace, and you cannot just be operational right away. The best way to train is to practice. And if this is now the way to go worldwide for soccer World Cup and Africa, we need to kind of up our game. We're not talking about this is just putting a few cameras around and then having someone sitting on the room and checking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
guys, This competition, African Cup, is the only competition where we care so much about referees. You think
Yeah.
when people are watching the Euros, you think random like Portugal against Germany, you think the fans care who the referee is going to be.
Yeah.
And we need to be at that level where
Yes.
it's never a discussion of is the referee being biased, number one. But the only way to do that is obviously with training. But the decision, no one's talking about this yet, but the decision to go from AFCON every 2 years to every 4 years, completely, we took one step forward, now we're taking two steps backwards.
Yeah.
This is how you develop better referees, better VAR
Let's see
systems,
what they're
better
going to put
training.
in. Let's see what they're going to put in to fill the gap.
This,
But I agree with you. If you go to 4 years, huh?
no games, maybe more games.
Yeah.
They're gonna have
If they replace it with more games that like not like more important game, but if you just put it like a dummy games that nobody watch, nobody cares about.
Right.
The reason why AFCON is exciting because it's country. Everybody like the nationalism fiber sentiment. You know, my country. We all have our jerseys
Honestly,
here.
The national pride.
Correct.
Economically was good for Africa.
Correct.
The 2 years
System.
tournament was very good for the federation. Any African federation was taking money out of it because of the TV rights, things like that, and this helped to build infrastructure, do things.
Yeah.
Now you don't have. They will not have the same money.
That's man. They're gonna have replace it by a league. They're gonna have more games, so they're gonna have maybe more money. It's just
if you have more games that nobody
my
watch,
thought
that
is
no
very
TV
simple.
want to buy.
Infantino said no. He control everything. They said yes, and that's it.
it's just the league will be played during FIFA date, not like a month in somewhere.
Yeah, they wanna do like the European National League, but the European National League is not working. People don't care. You know,
I agree. I agree with Bakar.
No one cares about the Nations League. No one cares about the Nations League. No one's gonna pay attention.
They care about
Nobody cares.
they care about
But the thing is about money, right? So FIFA may be telling them, hey, don't have it. We're gonna give you some budget. We're gonna give you some money. But if, like you said, we're gonna have more games, and no TV, you want to buy them, and nobody want to watch them, and there's no favor around it, and this thing gonna die. But this competition is important because
It took
it's
like
countries.
25 years to build this AFCON to this level and bring it that high.
Yeah.
And now they are killing it.
Osman, I agree with all of you because I really think that story of having AFCON every 4 years is not the benefit. Is not fulfilling the benefits of the Africans.
No, it's not in the interest of the African. That's for sure.
In my opinion, the only reason they are doing it is because the clubs in Europe do not want them to lose their players December,
in the winter
January.
time. Yeah,
exactly. So that's what it is.
Look,
and they won. So they are the most powerful because of course, they are the powerful leagues and money talks. And at the end of the day, guess who won? Them.
Yeah, I agree because they pay the players. The players don't make any money playing by national team. They're just playing for the crowd. But the one who's paying, the real main employer which they have a contract with, is the clubs. Those are the same FIFA.
It doesn't matter, but they still we can keep it 2 years and play it in summer.
Yeah.
Again, they can't play it in the summer in anywhere. If they play it in the summer, they have to play it in North Africa or I mean it's tougher to play it in the summer. North Africa is too hot. They have to play under the equator.
Can you play in the summer in Senegal?
No, you're gonna die from June to September. You're gonna die between rain and humidity and
too humid. Yeah, exactly.
You can't
play.
So,
it's not doable.
They tried it. I mean, they tried it with Egypt. Remember, Egypt was the only tournament in AFCON history that played in the summer, and it worked because Egypt obviously. Well, it was still pretty hot in Egypt. I remember
very hot.
When Algeria played.
Hot and humid.
Cote d'Ivoire.
Humidity in Egypt is very high.
You remember Algeria played Cote d'Ivoire semifinal? It was our quarterfinal. It was like 38, 35 Celsius.
Super hot.
Hot.
It's going to be similar the World Cup in the US here, because I mean we are in Texas obviously, but this stadium going to be closed and we're going to have
Yeah, it's a
AC.
little different though.
But
I mean, but yeah,
Houston,
It's
Dallas,
time
there's
for
no way.
Africa to have ACs in the stadium like they
So
do it in Qatar.
we don't
yeah,
have good
Instead,
referees.
instead of accepting, they said to Infantino, "Okay, you have your baby. We go to the summer. You pay the AC installation in the stadiums."
yeah,
You pay food for the referees, so they don't need to get paid by the countries to rig games. That would be better first, because
Yeah.
they were professional, they were paid enough money, they were making enough money, and not just every 4 years you get a little bit. You're like making regular money. I think they would be more reluctant to be bought by anybody. But this is a time to shine every 4 years, and this is a time for them to kind of have some savings around. I'm not saying it's happening, but they may be tempted if someone, you never saw 100,000 on your life, someone giving you like 500,000 overnight for you to rig a game. Of course, you're gonna take it and then go back to your village and sleep for the next 5 years. So,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
I mean, if you're hungry, if Infantino's and all these guys who's making all these rules, I think they're not taking in consideration the realities of most of these countries. Because we all sitting here watching Morocco, nice, very outstanding stadium, nice, everything is, I'm not being negative here, but let's just wait until 2 years once we go to Kenya or somewhere else. It's going to be a different planet, a different world,
Yeah.
because those countries they are a little bit behind in terms of development. So they're using, to your point earlier, Atman, they're using this competition to build, road, hotels, and all that stuff. And I may bet that if you go to those countries right now, you may have like one or two nice, like clean
Abu
hotels where
Bakr,
like you and
you
I
know,
would like to sleep.
Morocco
Any
have
other
this
what they call
because,
hotel, you and I will not want to go there.
and
So
even Morocco have this because they are preparing the World Cup.
yeah,
They are
but
building the stadiums and the infrastructure for the World Cup.
correct.
It's like a training for them now.
But the
They are
base,
preparing themselves.
but the
So
base
there
where
is big
Morocco
money.
started, the other people are not. That's the upgrade for other countries because Morocco already started with the high base house platform. They build. I agree with you. They getting ready for the World Cup. But the other countries, that base where Morocco was before getting here, that's kind of a high upgrade for other small countries.
It will
I
be
know
very
my other
difficult.
small countries in Guinea, they wanted to organize the 2025.
Hmm.
And they struggled like for 2 years, and then CAF have to take it away because they could not, come up with a process to put roads and hotels and everything. And they could not be ready at all because it's so poor to even, feed people regularly. You're not going to put billions and building hotels for 2 months.
Look,
So I definitely think, FIFA is not, to your point earlier, making something here that, put us on the agenda. It's mostly for the European soccer, it's mostly
yeah.
for the clubs, it's mostly for FIFA. And then the
It's
CAF,
for the
unfortunately, is
business,
playing into
the
their game.
football business.
Yeah,
It's not for the football.
yeah,
They are working for the business football.
yeah,
Look, if you see that in 2025 there was stadiums in for the World Cup qualification which doesn't qualify to host a game.
yeah,
It's a shame.
yeah,
And you want an African to stop taking advantage of taking money from the TV rights and all that in every 2 years? No,
yeah.
it's
No,
not
I
good.
agree. I agree. I think, obviously we have a lot of talent. We love soccer. We got, we get it in our DNA. Is kind of, the most, I would say, the cheap, the most accessible sport for mostly all poor countries. That's why everybody love it. But from
Most Africans,
the
that's the
next
only
level,
sport they can practice
yeah,
without investing money.
for the next level to be professional and to be, where we want to be and win the World Cup one day, we need to do more. I would say more work from our, leaders to help the teams and to help groups, clubs be professional. Because we can sit here and talk, like you mentioned earlier, that was a key point. When you say Egypt, when they were leading, when they're dominating, most of like 9 out of 11 of their players was coming from two clubs. Because if you look at those two clubs, they were also dominating all Africa by that time. And they could compete even maybe with some clubs in Europe. That's how good they were. Now, while they're struggling because now they're immigrating and their national teams also clubs are going down, and that's why now they cannot lead. And for us to be able to lead, most of these we need to start investing. And Sadio Mane and all these big players, Gana, they all come from something that was set up in Senegal on the 90s and the early 2000. They call it generation food, which is they take kids from young age, they put them and they take care of them. And all those kids came from there and to go to Europe and became professional. They didn't just come from the road nowhere. Huh?
It's still ongoing or stopped?
They're still ongoing. They're still ongoing. Most of these clubs, they have some, I would say, collaboration with some club in Europe, like FC Metz and other clubs. That's why you see a lot of Senegalese playing for FC
It
Metz.
started with the Paradou Academy in
Correct.
Star
reality.
Academy. I think it was called
Tho-
Star
tho-
Academy.
tho-
Cote
Yeah,
d'Ivoire
those
too. Cote
academies is
d'Ivoire had
helping
it.
to feed the
Senegal.
clubs and to feed the national team. And then if you go past that, everybody else that play on national team, he's been born in Europe, grow up in Europe, and then have to switch nationality at some point. It's not someone that was, that we invested on, that we trained, that we come from our academies. So
Okay.
if we need to pass that step, we definitely need to invest in Africa and to kind of, have those kind of academies and build strong clubs to be
All right.
able to be competitive.
Getting close to the end here. With that.
Maybe Mohammed, can you look at maybe the chat again if there's any questions that we may answer?
We had more comments. So we had a good question from Yassine. He said, traditionally, how much of an advantage does the host country get when hosting the AFCON? Do you think it's significant or overblown?
Oh, historically, it's a big advantage.
Big advantage. I agree. Most of the organizers won the AFCON. Algeria, but other countries in the past.
Tunisia, right?
Yeah.
Tunisia won it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think historically, Morocco is the only Morocco when they won it in their home or it was up.
I don't even know where they played, honestly. I don't know.
1976. I
50 years
cannot
ago.
remember.
Huh?
Yeah.
I can look
50
it
years
up.
ago,
one
they
second.
won it, I guess.
Yeah, if you can look at it, Mohammed, maybe 1976.
Yeah,
I don't think it was Morocco.
It was a tournament in the 80s and they lost to Morocco before at home.
I think it was maybe in
It
Ethiopia.
was actually in Ethiopia. They won in
Ethiopia. Yeah. I remember that.
The one in Morocco, they lost it.
They lost in the 80s.
Yeah.
84, I think, no?
Yeah.
80. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And it was in Ethiopia in 1976.
But I mean, but like I said, there's other teams that have hosted it in the past. Obviously, Cameroon hosted it.
Senegal hosted and lost.
Senegal hosted it and lost. Gabon hosted it and lost. Equatorial Guinea.
I mean, the countries are not made to win.
I mean, but even South Africa, 2013, South Africa hosted it. They did not do very well at all. It was and there's only 3 years after the World Cup.
I think when you organize, you have some advantages, but also I think it's mostly there's a lot of mental thing, there's a lot of emotional thing that you take advantages of, and then maybe few referee stuff, but it's not like 100%. Hey, you're gonna be,
Yeah, you have to play to that level for sure.
Look at Cameroon, Nigeria, and Cote d'Ivoire. I think those countries are never lost at home.
No, Cameroon hosted and not lost. This is when Algeria won. They won on Cameroon, right?
No,
Algeria won in Egypt.
Egypt.
Yeah.
I know Cameroon lost it on quarterfinal when they organized it. They lost it. This is when Senegal went to final and lost too.
Yeah, that the Cameroon one they had it. I think Senegal won.
Oh yeah, Senegal won. Exactly.
I don't know who they lost.
I mean, it's kind of definitely when you organize, you have some advantages. We know that. Right now, we cannot train, for example.
No, I mean you're right, Boubacar. I mean, if the national team does not have world-class players nowadays for AFCON, you won't win it.
Yeah.
You won't be able to be even on the quarterfinal.
And remember, now the African Cup is completely changed. Before it was an 8-team tournament, has nothing to do with now 24 teams.
Yeah,
you have to play 7 games. It's a lot harder to play 7 games and not lose anything.
Yeah, a referee's gonna help you, like I was saying earlier, but they're gonna help you with small item. Won't be like big item where they're gonna pull a penalty from nowhere.
Yeah,
that's the reason why I was saying earlier, Senegal just need to bypass that thing and saying, we just play our game, and then that small bias is gonna be there all the time. But that's not the point. We don't care, because if you put on your mind, then you're gonna be playing the victim even before the game starts, and you're just seeing theory of complot all over the place.
Yeah,
you're already losing the game before starting. Because you're not going to go for a win. Someone say something like, "Oh, we couldn't train. Oh, this referee." Just pass that. And and
I
let the
agree.
referee be ridiculous if you want to be too ridiculous in front of the world.
Yeah, let your
the
football
whole world.
talk. Same thing with Algeria. Same thing with Algeria. Obviously, whatever. There were some controversial decisions against Nigeria, but at the end of the day, guess what? 0 shots on goal.
Yeah,
It's
then that's it.
unacceptable.
Then that's it.
Unacceptable.
It's pretty simple to analyze.
Yeah.
Abu
Yeah.
Bakr.
Yeah.
There was a shot on the goal. It was stopped by a Nigerian hand. So
Say again?
That was a cross. Not even that wasn't even a shot. It was a cross.
That's true.
You know, just to come back, you know how much they projected what's the net profit for the Africa Federation on this
For CAF,
AFCON?
how much? How much?
Billions.
It's 113 million
Whoa, net profit. Profit.
Yes,
Not even revenue. Wow.
net profit.
Yeah, I saw another statistic. CAF said this year was the most successful year for all their sponsorships as well.
Yeah,
All their sponsors made a lot of money. The CAF made the press release basically encouraging other sponsors for next tournament, saying that this year they made the most money. The sponsors made the most money out of any
the
African
total
tournament.
of the revenue was over 190 million, and they made 113 million profit.
having tournament in Morocco, it made it easy for all the African league in Europe coming with their big money, coming and spending money.
Yeah.
If you have a tournament in Kenya or somewhere in Central Africa, nobody's.
Well, that's another thing. The problem with the African Cup that no one wants to talk about is
next 2027 will be Kenya, Uganda. We'll talk.
And the winner
and Tanzania.
The winner of this edition will go home with 10 million.
10 million only?
Which is
Yes.
not that much, by the way. Arab Cup. The
I
winner of
know,
Arab
I know.
Cup got
But
14 million, I think.
don't compare Arab's Cup to Africa Cup.
Well, theoretically,
I thought-
the
I thought-
African
No,
Cup should have
I'm
more
not talking
money.
about the quality. I'm talking about the money.
Yeah, I'm saying theoretically, CAF has more. Should have. I think CAF should have more,
Yeah.
bigger prize money.
If we did have a real African defender in the CAF, but they are all corrupted.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Atman, let's just put a point.
No, I tell whatever is the truth. They are corrupted.
Okay. The Arab Cup.
Man's banned from every tournament for the rest of his life, by the way.
I'm banned. Okay. No, you are not corrupted. Sorry. I thought I was not online.
They're just taking money. They're just taking money to
Yeah, they borrow money. They borrow money.
borrow.
They had more money. Arab Cup had more money for the winner 2 months ago than the African Cup, and then the CAF decided just before the tournament started, they added $1 million to the win
To make it equal.
to make it
more.
Okay.
Yeah,
look,
it's embarrassing.
For this, the finish prize money, the winners 10 million, the run-up 4 million, the semi-finalists 2.5 million, the quarterfinalists 1.3 million each.
That's good. Good
The
for us.
round 16 is $800,000. The third group each $700,000, and the fourth group each is $500,000.
Mo Salah make $500,000 a week. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if he's
you for the
interested to kill
perspective,
himself
Abu
here
Bakr.
to get injured. Huh?
But Abu Bakr,
I love your
if you take a
perspective.
small country
I
who's
was
going to
going-
come and play the
Yeah.
AFCON,
So
it's good money for them.
do you think Mo Salah want to get injured here to destroy
No.
his career?
No.
Where he's making
No,
500,000 a
the
week?
answer is no. And,
Okay.
and you know, Abu Bakr, I love that your comment here. It's look at things in perspective.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, I've seen personally, because I used to play soccer, but I love soccer in general, and I can tell you, certain stars are not playing full speed at all.
Yeah.
And the reason is very simple. It's just what you just described. What they win in a week is exactly the price of CAF.
Yeah.
But this is not a surprise. This has been going on for a long time.
The insurance policy for the AFCON by player is astronomical. If you look at each player, what is the insurance for each player on this AFCON? You probably have the budget for the whole Africa.
Yeah, it is true too.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Yes.
Then this, I think that's a good. It's a good circling back to the debate that we have earlier, that kind of answer who had the power, because the one who's willing to pay Mo Salah $1 million every 2 weeks, is
Dictate
that one is telling
everything.
you the competition is gonna happen every 4 years, not every 2 years.
Yes.
You listen,
Yes.
because
Right,
you're
thank
paying
you.
him pennies, and then they control the
They
narrative.
control everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
pretty much.
They
All right, guys, the
control.
last minute, what should we make prediction for the game?
Sure.
Abu Bakr, we know is going to predict that for it.
Wow, Senegal is gonna win. Obviously, it's a final. We're gonna give everything.
Of course.
We're
Of course, Abu
gonna
Bakr will say Senegal.
gonna break some hearts so Morgan hate us for the next 4 years, and
Oh, don't worry about worrying about the others. No, I think it's
yeah, we're gonna make some damages in Morocco tomorrow, and then go home.
Okay. I don't know, for us, I think it's going to be a really tough game.
No, but genuinely, no, I'm joking. But that's my wish. But I think it's going to be a tough 2 point. I think it's going to be a tough game. I will know within 5 minutes. I think I'm gonna smell the game. If they play, like I said, within the first 10 minutes, like I was expecting, then it's dead.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if they saw something, then maybe they have something on the game. But it's going to be very tight.
I mean, both
No.
teams have good goalkeepers, so the penalty kick is going to be tough.
No, Abu Bakr doesn't think Mendy's a good
Morocco
keeper,
have a
by
good
the way.
goalkeeper.
Huh?
He thinks Mendy's not a good
Senegal's
goalkeeper.
goalkeeper is not good. Morocco goalkeeper is good. Senegal goalkeeper? No.
Honestly, the game will be win physically on the midfield, nothing else.
Yep. I think it'll go to
I don't think
penalties.
it's gonna go to the penalty this time.
I think it'll go to
Me too.
penalties, maybe.
I think
It's
someone's going to score before the penalties.
one of the two teams will dominate physically the midfield and will score.
I feel the same thing too. So it's unbelievable. We have a full consensus here with everybody here of saying it's going to be a very close game, a clear penalty kick, in my opinion. It's very hard to see.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are going to be both tired. I don't think they're going to be too physical like the semifinals.
Final people will kill on the field for that.
I don't know. They had a lot of time. They had a lot of rest. They had, from Wednesday to now.
Well, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days.
Yeah.
4 days.
And Mark, they don't have any drug tests since the beginning, so we don't know what they're drinking. So let's see.
A lot of minty.
I don't know. We don't know. There's some drug inside the tea.
Look,
we
I
don't
just
know.
received my ban from this channel.
I don't know. No, I didn't. I just said I don't know what they drink. Maybe they drink some very strong tea coming from the mountain, the Atlas Mountain, where there's some drug inside. Maybe that's what they're drinking. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, guys.
I think both teams have their chance physically and
Yeah.
Yeah,
technically.
we have a conclave of all our marabouts tonight after midnight to just wrap the game out for Morocco.
Okay.
So the marabouts are gonna tell us tonight.
So they are ready.
We have a conclave. We're gonna have a conclave tonight.
I think
after all
both
you guys
teams
went to
have
sleep
a
at
good
after
marabou.
midnight.
Okay, good.
All right.
Tomorrow you may see Moroccan guy coming on the field with some tongues.
I guess I said we'll convene again Sunday after the game and we'll
Inshallah, yeah.
review. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
After the
All right.
game.
Good.
Thank you guys.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. See everyone
you.
tomorrow.
Have a good
Thanks for
day.
joining.
You guys.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.